There
Hey
you
man,
are, Shane.
how are you? Good to see you, man.
You too. Thanks for doing this. It really means a lot to me.
No, absolutely, man. Thank you for everything you've done. That means much, much more.
Of course, of course. All right. Just
Yeah, do your thing. Fill me in, jump into whatever, and then we can just chat.
okay. I'll just ask you a couple questions, and I guess let's just start. Let's start. Tell me a little bit about the bracelet that you lost, and where you got it, and you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was kind of a family heirloom. So I mean, my I'm Lebanese. My grandma came over from Lebanon. It was her great grandma's, passed it on to her great grandma, passed it on to her grandma, to her mom, to her.
Wow.
So it's been through a handful of generations, and she had a bunch of other gold, and she just kind of started giving it away as she got older, just because she wanted to pass it on.
Yeah.
So I had the bracelet probably for about 7 years, um, and had worn it really every day. Like I very rarely took it off.
Yeah. I
Um,
kind of creeped your Facebook profile and I saw a picture of you wearing it. And I was like,
I
oh,
mean, yeah, man, you can probably go back and find some things from a while ago.
yeah. I was like, oh,
Um,
I've got to find this thing. But
so so it's interesting because she passed away in October,
yeah,
or no, I'm sorry, in November. Um, so it was pretty close to when I actually lost the bracelet. So as hard as it was to lose that piece of her, a part of me was almost like, this is kind of the time, like the bracelet's done what it needs to do for me, and it's in a place with her. And now every time I go into the ocean, which is one of my favorite places in the world, she's in there with me. So
yeah, yeah. And as you know, a bunch of us have already spent a long time looking for it, and I don't know how nobody has found it. I was thinking maybe someone did find it, maybe they're dishonest, and
yeah.
but it's like we can't give up. It's just you never know because when you lost it, the tides were not really in our favor. There was a lot of loose sand, and a heavy gold bracelet like that, it'll sink pretty quick in the sand. It's
Yeah.
not just going to sit right on top. But now that it's the winter time, we get negative tides. So not only do we get extremely low tides that we can go out a lot further, but the negative tides pull out all that loose sand and all those
Oh
heavy things.
wow. So it's almost like an inverse effect.
Exactly. So now it's like the prime time to find this thing. So
Okay.
yeah. So what did the bracelet look like? Is there any like identifying marks or anything on it? Like, was there any?
The so it's a pretty standard kind of like gold link bracelet, with very like tight together links. There's some bracelets that have links that are a little looser apart, but these, it was almost like it almost looked like a braid, kind of the way they sat together, and they kind of just all went together. And then there was a clasp on the end, so there was a clasp with a little, it was all like very mechanical, and there was a little pull up that you pull through, and then you link the other side of the bracelet in, and
Okay.
then you'd push the little pin through both sides, and it would click shut.
Okay.
um about 3 years ago, there was also a small little metal chain that held the two sides together.
Yeah, like a safety chain.
A safety chain,
Yeah.
yes, which I mean would have been a very good thing to have, but
Heck yeah.
that had come off about 3 years ago,
Ah.
and I'd lost pieces of it when it came off. So never ended up repairing that, unfortunately. And
Yeah.
it looks like it came to bite me in the butt a little bit.
Well, you might want to think about getting a safety chain when I send this back to you. so, so yeah, I went out like a week and a half ago, and I went back to the spot. It was one of the coldest days of the year, and I had my thick wetsuit on, and I went out in the water right where you told me you found it, and I found it in like 40 seconds.
Sean, dude.
Yeah, yeah. so that part of your grandma's not going to be gone forever. So yeah,
Dude, I that
I was really hoping that someone dishonest didn't find it, and you'd never see it again. And, I, like I said, me and my friends put a lot of time in, and it was just meant to be.
I owe you guys the world, man.
No, 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 no.
That rocked my world.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just happy to do this for you.
I, c-
People,
I, c-
people lose a lot of things in the water, and so many people think they're gone forever, but that's far from the truth. There's some good guys out there.
I mean, one of the best guys in the world. That's incredible. Sean, man, I
Yeah.
really don't know what to say, man. I'm like trying to catch my breath right now. Like my heart's pounding out of my chest.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it myself when I found it. I turned on my machine and I walked straight into it, and it blew my eardrums out. It was so loud. And I thought, no way is this the bracelet. And I took that first scoop. I got it in the first scoop. It was sitting right on top. And I sifted that sand out, and I saw like 6 of the links sticking out. Oh my God. And I stuck my hand down on the scoop and I pulled out that bracelet, and I saw it was 22 karat gold.